In the beginning, there was nothing, then something, I'm not sure what, happened. The great creator created creation, by creating a creation of creation. It was by this first creation that the creator realized that the creation was created. This was the beginning of the beginning. Thus this began the time of the beginning to the end, which by that time would be the beginning that began the ending. During this beginning of creation, unknowingly the now knowing of life began to live its life knowing that it's known to have begun from creation. The story becomes skewed from here. Creation is known to have created life somehow. Now the question is how life started to change, which is the new question. Creation is evolution of itself from another, but evolution is the creation of itself from itself. What this means is life was made. A long, exhausting hall of failure sprawls the magnificent creation of a whole mass known as terraformation, also known as a planet. This failure began to evolve itself. It evolved into the largest failure known to fail all of its triumphant failures. What is this great failure, you may ask? This is exactly what it was, a failure. Life began slithering up the slippery slope slowly. Suddenly, life subsided as it succumbed to sink into existence, selfishly settling on solitude near the sun. Earth. A majestic wonder, the fourth wonder of the universe, to be exact. The home to a growing population of its first existence, of the knowing creations of existence. These beings that thrive and thrust on the third planet of the known universe. One species grows to understand more than the others. It raises its intelligence to a higher IQ of 8, which is, as we all know, it is only 1/29th more than the other 1/83rd species that roam on this gray sphere. Now is the beginning for what is known as the first era of life. The leading form in this era is the microorganism known as bacteria. Mucking about in the murky mist of modern age mud, this bacteria defies Charles Darwin as it is not fit for existence. It thrives on the failures of its others. It only lives to succeed for itself. Living this life, it is a failure to deflect the destructive habits of the Dinosauria, also known as dinosaurs, like T-Rexes. Jurassic Park. After 98% of life has been wiped clean off the planet, this bacteria begins to evolve so it can reap the rewards of its fallen coexisters. Man is formed, only roughly after 6 days of tireless working. Finally, the year 1492, Christopher Columbus sailed the vast empty sea, setting foot on the moon on a Monday. He declared this day be written in history as Global Cheese Day. Fast forward 3 days when mankind has surged in excellence to destroy its home. Oh wait, you thought this entire story was based on the history of planet Earth and mankind? It is not. Let us start again from the beginning.
Shut up and sit down. I'm Administrator Mike Shin on Production of Mars.
Oh hey, I didn't see either, but I'm glad I did.
You're right next to me.
Shut up. Stay seated. What's going on, guys? I want here to apologize real quick for not putting out any good videos in the meantime. This lawsuit that's been going on between me and Dickhead here have just been a long thing going, so we're going to put it to an end. We lost a lot of money out of it, so the quality in our videos was terrible, but recently we just found some money, so we'll be able to buy a lot of equipment with it. And the update is that we have good equipment now, and we'll be coming out with you way better videos.
Slightly better than what we previously did.
So just like 10% better. But we have some companies here we want to talk about.
We're gonna go into the training Earthlings that are coming to Mars, So yeah, we have to discuss the companies. The companies are, these are the logos in order as the presentation goes along.
Mm-hmm.
So you can follow along with the names, with the buttons. So if you click on the first one, it'll take you to the first slide.
And so on. So let's just start right up.
Boop.
APA, Artificial Planet Agency. Now this is the one company that really comes to mind when you're thinking about the planet. It makes the atmosphere here, so we can, we don't die. It also makes all the plants you see, so it's not just a barren wasteland of crap. Now we do make these out of non-renewable resources, so you better hope that your shit comes together, or else you're so screwed because you wasted the resource. So we have very important people working there. They're great people. You can meet them. Not all of them are assholes, but what are you going to do about it?
They use a lot of 3D printing. One time I went in there and they asked me how the atmosphere was outside. So I said, oh, it was nice. And they're like, but it could be a little cloudy. And then so they printed out some clouds and stuck them in the air and they floated around using the obvious hydrogen and oxygen molecules.
The first thing they did was 3D print the atmosphere.
Oh, yeah, that's right.
Yeah,
It's
that's
the
what they did.
easiest way to do it.
It's not easy, but it's the easiest way. So that's how we made the atmosphere, the plants, and well, not just plants. We can make anything basically, even a person, if we chose.
But not one agency is in charge of creating just everything. This one's just atmosphere, plants, and a few other things, but mainly those. Now we have APEL, the Administrators of Peace, Enforcers of Law. They're the police. They enforce the law, and they also can construct the law on duty. If you run into them and you get pulled over, and they ask you, do you know why I pulled you over? And you say no, they're like, okay, you're going to jail because you don't know why you're getting pulled over. So they make the laws up as they go. Like once I pissed my pants, and it was public pissing occasion, I think is what they called it.
I remember that day. I was feeding the goats. One of the goats kicked you in the nuts, and you just had to piss yourself, didn't you?
Yeah, there was that time.
So this is another time you're thinking about.
Oh yeah, I'm thinking of a different time.
Oh, okay. Tell me the story.
I'm thinking about the time when the law went into effect. So I was just walking along. I saw an apple, and I got kind of scared because I was walking out. I had possession of some of the videos that we were. It was when we were making the first videos, and I got worried. So just walking along, see the cop. I have my phone in my pocket with the videos on it. He came up and he said, "Can I see your phone? I need to go through it and see if you're not doing anything illegal." So it's in my pocket. And what's next to my pocket? My dick. And what's in my dick? Urine. And so I pissed in myself so I could destroy my phone. And
luckily you pissed your pants.
So instead of going to prison for life or making these videos, I just got a ticket for $1,372 for public urinating myself.
And it cost you a pair of pants too.
And a few videos.
And those videos were never seen.
Which is why we haven't made a few videos.
Oh well.
So we're going to go on here to the next one. Boop.
The next one is direct energy converters. This provides the energy for multiple homes. All the homes, not multiple. All of them. We're using it right now. But we're being cheap about it because I don't want to pay that much. So we are breaking the law right now, but that's okay. If the law comes in, we'll just piss on everything. That'll scare them away. Pissing is very scary here. It's very eco-friendly here because it uses the turbines in the sewer, so it's not like your shit goes to waste. Your shit actually is what drives the turbine and what powers this beautiful place here we got here, And by the way, it does bring the light in your life.
And they extremely, it's so important that you understand how eco-friendly they are, because later on we're going to get into the PMC and the DEC and the PMC both work together to help the environment. Goat, the best thing on Mars. If you come here, you're gonna eat it because that's the only food we got.
You're gonna love it.
So GOAT is it actually stands for Goat Ovulation Agency Telemarketer. So what they do is they breed and create goats. They can either breed them, or if they need, like, they breed them and it goes slower, but they won't come out all fucked up like they do if you 3D print them. So they do 3D print some of them in these vials, and then they grow. And they can create several of them, but they usually come out all fucked up. Sometimes they'll have like 19 titties, 7 legs, things like that. Like, they could be useful because you can get more food out of them, but in the end, having more is less. So anyway, what we use the goats for is, you know, we use them for milk, obviously, food. Going back to the milk, there's also the DNA has been spliced with spiders, so we can get spider silk milk from goats. They should be doing that during the time that you're on Earth. We also use them for furniture. We're sitting on some goat chairs right now. They can be used for weapons. You know, weapons are illegal, so what you do is you just get a goat and you line it up and you smack it on the ass and just have it run into somebody, and just blame it that the goat just got startled. And then they're used for sports equipment. Like the other day we were playing some football and hacky sack with one of the bladders. So
Very useful.
and inside the bladder we put some change, and whoever won the match got the money. So
yeah.
you can also say it's used as a wallet or a bank. You know, you break the bladder just like you would a piggy bank, but you know, it's a goat sack.
Beep. This is Martian Memorial. This is a hospital, obviously. It's only used for medication purposes. Now, you can go in there whenever. The nurses there are really pretty. They'll help you out with anything. And I went in there one time, and I mean, I had like a blast. When I wasn't sick or anything, I just went in there. And it was unexpectedly expensive experience. It's a good experience to have. The Martian Memorial is built from the ground up. It's connected directly to the DEC. So whenever you take a dump there, the turbines will actually power up the hospital itself. And so it does have its own, just like a Walmart has its own McDonald's, kind of like that deal. But brilliant place to be, especially because it has Cthulhu on the logo there. A really good touch.
One thing about this place that you're probably asking yourself is, why is it only used for medication purposes? Why not some actual injuries? Like, what if someone breaks their back or suffocates? Well, the reason for that is universal healthcare. If we wanted to have universal healthcare on Mars, it would be really expensive to cover all the expenses. So instead, it's just medication. And medication can be used for several things. Like, if you break your arm, they can give you some sugar pills, some placebos.
Mm-hmm.
If you come down with bubonic plague, they can shoot you in the head with a bullet, and that'll cure it.
But most importantly, I mean, if you do something that harms yourself, you're not gonna go to the hospital. You're gonna go to jail.
And that as well,
obviously, yeah.
and that would just raise the taxes as well.
Yeah. So, I mean, the best thing to do is just not go to the hospital for actual hospital needs, just medication.
Exactly.
Boop.
And instead of me just talking about this one, I want to give it to the man himself, John, because he works there.
All right. I work at NASA. Perfect place for working. The National Export Space Agency. Now, this is not a ripoff. This is a very unique place. Now, this what it does is transports goods through space. Now, what it actually does is brings packagings and supplies and stuff like that we need from Earth, because Earth can't use it. Gives it to us. Now you're thinking like, oh, I thought it was 3D print. 3D printing is still a work in progress.
We can't 3D print money.
Now, economical space travel is really just routing. I do that a lot. I mean, I brought over that one guy. What was his name?
Fuck.
Dupes, something retarded.
Oh yeah, Dupes.
Dupes, yeah. I actually smuggled him in here once through my very own spaceship that no one knows about. Shh. And it does only go to Earth and back. It doesn't go to the moon or anything like that. There's no point in going to the moon. There's nothing there. But really the best part is space traveling. I mean, it's really enjoyable. You stick your head out the window. go through space.
Boop.
Ooh.
So the PMC, right next to APA. PMC is probably one of the founding companies of Mars because they've done so much. In fact, right after Mars was hospitable to living, after it was first terraformed, PMC was set up to preserve Mars more than anything. And that's actually where they get their name, so it's the Preservation of Mars Corporation. And their slogan is drill and preserve. So not only are they getting the resources that we need from Mars, but they're also preserving. And for example, a few weeks ago I was actually doing this project over some of the horrible incidences of Earth, and one of them I came across was oil spills. So on Earth, they you drill for oil, you drill and drill and drill, and then when the oil comes up and there's oil everywhere, oh no, the oil company doesn't clean it up. Other companies do, like some other health organization, like the soap industry called Dawn, I think is what it was called. Anyway,
We clean the ducks and stuff.
yeah, they clean they clean the shitty ducks.
Yeah.
That are worthless. They should just die off. Anyway, so the PMC, they take care of all that. They're the ones that, you know, if we need some coal from Mars, they'll go in there and we'll dig out some coal, and then as we bring it up, they'll make sure they put it back together, so it's all clean. They're preserving the planet so the future of our heritage can live on peacefully and not like shit. And if need be, they destroy the planet so we don't have to.
Well, anyways, worthwhile information for idiots is obviously the internet access, Wi-Fi. It's actually mainly used for social media, so like your Facebook, your Twitter, your Instagram, any of that garbage you still use. Now you can't ask it, okay Google, you can't learn from this at all. It's only for posting up stupid crap on the social media I just mentioned earlier.
To pollute the web,
Yeah.
not to cleanse it.
And the agency we talked about previously won't clean this up. This is the doing of people who use the Wi-Fi here on their phones. But you know, if you want to tweet something, you give all the information to idiots.
And now Woof.
Woof, motherfucker.
They're the water utility facility. They are also known with their alternate name, Water and Fuel. They run the sewage system. The other company also runs the sewage system, but this one creates it. They create the pipelines. DEC put the turbines in after the pipelines are put. So they like work together, like I said in the beginning. All these corporations, they're intertwined with one another, or they share the load. They purify the clean water, because all the water that's not clean and purified, well, has our waste, and that waste that cannot be cleaned is the nuclear fission that's running around, you know, swimming about. So they take that polluted water and they use it for nuclear fission. They just put them in the reactors, reuse it up for however many years it is, can't remember, and that powers our cars. And not just cars, but other things. It's one of our non-renewable resources that we use. You want to add anything about the nuclear fission side effect of it?
The best part about nuclear fission is it's not retarded. It's not fusion. Fission is the way to go. If you have fusion, you just blow up.
Yeah, fusion, you have to slam them together. Fission, you're splitting them across so you get more.
Exactly. There's more energy from
more equals more.
There's more energy from splitting the atom than smashing two together. I mean, if you smash them, you might miss.
Yeah.
But
and they're so tiny, so you'll probably miss all the time.
Yeah, but the fission, split them, and it works 100% of the time. The fusion side effect, just look at Earth. Beep. The recap. These are all the logos that we talked about.
So, starting from top left to the bottom right, you got APA, Apple, DEC, GOAT, Martian Memorial, NESA, PMC, Wi-Fi, and Wolf. There's their mini logos.
And there's probably more to come later on. We're not sure though. But yeah, if you ever have questions, just leave a comment down below. We'll try to answer it.
And now it's time
to go.